this episode of Hidden Agendas, advertising. Is it a harmless aspect of our daily lives? Or the sinister plot of a secret society bent on world domination? Tonight we speak to a man who claims to have startling insight into these questions. What he has discovered may change the way you look at advertising, our world, and even yourself. Meet Marty Gunson. His weekly video podcasts seek to expose some of the branding industry's darkest secrets and have garnered hundreds of online views.
Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo. I started off with the paranormal, ghosts, haunted houses, poltergeist, CVPs, the whole thing. Then I moved on to Bigfoot, UFOs. I spent a little time with the whole JFK grassy knoll thing in the early 90s, which was fun, but it was kind of crowded. Then started moving on to the IMF, International Monetary Fund, if you remember that. But this Brandcenter thing has been taking most of my focus and energy at the moment.
Shall we start?
Sure, fire away. My name is Marty Gunson. I'm a citizen journalist. I am a documentary filmmaker. I am a 3-time self-published author. And I'm a patriot.
Talk about branding.
Well, it's everywhere now. I mean, people like to think that they're immune to it, that they can avoid the influences of branding. Like if I just fast forward through a couple of commercials, if I just get rid of a few pop-ups, I'm somehow inoculating myself to its influence. It doesn't work like that. They get to you whether you like it or not.
It's as if you're talking about mind control.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Mind control. Governments, organizations, and secret societies have all tried to tap into its power. But how do branding and marketing succeed where others have failed? The trick is conceptual thinking.
Think about it. Everything starts with an idea. Shadow governments, currency manipulation, chemtrails. All of them started out as ideas before they became actual things. If you can teach people the ability to have ideas, just think about what that can produce. Now, we all know that the final prediction of the great Nostradamus was that the end of the world would be precipitated by, quote, a madman from the Middle East. Well, if we were to look closely at a map of the United States, we'd see that there's also a different Middle East.
Marty's research centers on what he perceives to be a school for the next wave of mind control experts. It's called the VCU Brandcenter. It first opened its doors in 1996 in the sleepy southern city of Richmond, Virginia. Ostensibly billed as Virginia Commonwealth University's Graduate School for Advertising, the Ad Center, as it was previously named, was founded by Diane Cook Tench, a former agency creative director and recent inductee into the Advertising Hall of Fame.
A madman from the Middle East.
Under Cook Tench's leadership, the Ad Center's acclaim grew quickly. In 1998, just 3 years after its founding, the school swept the industry's prestigious One Show, becoming the first school in its history to win the gold, silver, and bronze awards in the college category. Numerous other awards would follow. Along with this recognition came more industry attention, which meant more backing, more students, more teachers, and ultimately more influence.
It's a powerful, well-funded machine. A handful of holding companies own virtually all of the advertising agencies around the world. WPP, Omnicom, Publicis, Interpublic, Havas, Dentsu, MDC. The big question is who works for them? I'll tell you. The board of directors of the VCU Brandcenter.
The board is comprised of many of advertising's top people. Marty states this is no coincidence, that it's proof of an elite network of industry insiders who are grooming these young recruits. and placing them within their ranks.
Illuminati. This so-called school is only 20 years old, yet its alumni can be found in the most influential positions of the world's most powerful corporations and brands. These aren't just cogs in the machine, they are the leaders. And this school's churning out batch after batch of them year after year. If you think they're just innocently learning how to sell more soap and grease the wheels of capitalism, well, they've already got you. Their mission is much, much grander and way more sinister. Let me take a moment to read to you an excerpt from the speech, the graduation speech at the very first commencement at the Brandcenter on May 16th, 1998. Now, this was delivered by the chairman of their board of directors. Listen to what it says. This school is not like other advertising schools. As a result, you are stronger, more focused, better prepared, and tougher than the graduates of other advertising schools. You're an elite force, like the special forces of advertising, like the Green Berets. Green Berets? Special forces? Every year, this organization takes in a new group of recruits for 2 years and trains them in a very specific aspect of mind control. Then they release them on an unsuspecting populace.
Well, he went in the fall, and he came home for Christmas, and he's just a little different. Not worse, maybe even better, but different. He uses different words. ROI, gross impressions, global footprint.
What is that?
We don't know. He's been doing some strange things, too. The other day I looked in the kitchen, and there he was, taking the garbage out. He's never done that before.
Then he had something to say about our Christmas card, because he thinks we've got to be all branded now. And, I mean, he had great improvements to make on it, but I liked it, and he was all about the typeface. I had the wrong typeface, and he's a good kid, and it's given him a great confidence and knowledge, and I love the school.
I'm proud of my boy. I'm proud of my boy.
I don't need to see anymore. Yeah. I've seen it a million times. Those poor people, they don't realize their son's already gone. These Brandcenter people, they're brokers of confusion. The students, the faculty, the staff. It's like the rules of tennis, intentionally confusing to keep people away. The language is the same way. It's purposefully complicated and ambiguous to combat scrutiny. If you believe that they're teaching kids how to work in advertising, then you might as well believe Mount St. Helens was a regular volcano or tides are caused by the moon. It's ridiculous. Indoctrination.
But indoctrination into what? Secret societies have wielded influence and power for centuries. Symbols and codes are signatures of such clandestine groups. Marty suggests the Brandcenter is one such entity.
Let's talk about the Brandcenter logo. Triangles. They've been used by the old world order for centuries. Look at the pyramids, look at our currency, 3 lines, 3 angles. Now, if you look at the Brandcenter, they started out with 3 tracks. They graduate 60 students a year from these 3 advertising tracks. In Richmond, the school can be triangulated with 3 lines between the banking center, the James River, and the school itself. Expand that map further out and you can see a triangle connecting its locations to Washington, D.C. and New York's Madison Avenue. And if you continue to pull out and expand my triangle theory, you can see triangular connections to all the world capitals across the globe. Do you see it, people? Is it making sense yet? This is their mascot, the ram. Now, over the years, the ram has come to mean different things to different societies. Over hundreds of millennia, the ram has symbolized initiative, determination, strength, but the one I keep coming back to is rulership. And incidentally, the ram is the only animal that sounds like what it does. Fish don't fish, bears don't bear, rams ram. They come from all corners of the earth, and they bring all their different perspectives and experiences with them to one place, namely the Brandcenter. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that the VCU Brandcenter for the last 20 years has gotten its tendrils into every part of the world. They have agents in North America, South America, the Middle East, Asia, Imagine how deep they're going to get in the next 20 years. And unlike the Bilderberg Group and all those other shadow organizations that we've talked about that have at their core economic domination of the entire world, this shadow organization uses its agents to control people's minds. I'm not making this up. Do it yourself.
Some might say these theories can be explained away as coincidence.
Some might say that. Well, to those people, I say explain the Snuggie or the leisure suit. Explain to me the resurgence of kale. Explain the popularity of cruise ships and fidget spinners. The explanation is that there is no explanation other than mass mind control.
And your theory of 11?
When you learn to see the clues, it's easy to connect the dots. In numerology, the number 11 is considered a master number. There's 11 letters in Brandcenter. Virginia was the 11th of the original 13 colonies. Now take a guess what just happens to have 11 letters. A conspiracy. You can't make this stuff up.
But there are only 10 letters in conspiracy.
I said a conspiracy. You have to add the A. But then it adds up. It adds up.
Much of the mysterious Brandcenter remains unknown. But what is certain is that Marty Gunson will continue to dig and work to uncover the truth.
So, I'm editing a new video. They don't want me to post it. They're gonna be very angry with it. They're afraid of it, but I'm not afraid of it. I just posted it.
We will leave it up to you to decide. Is it a coincidence? Or is there a hidden agenda? Stay abreast of Marty's research by following his video channels and keep an eye on the VCU Brandcenter by visiting their website. On the next episode of Hidden Agendas, robots, are they our future companions, co-workers, lovers, or is a violent mechanical revolution in our midst? On the next episode of Hidden Agendas,